sad. The older you get, the more little mundane things make you happy. Like, what are you doing today, Adam? Oh, I'm throwing away stuff. It's a pretty exciting day. Now we got to change the oil in the lawnmower. Another exciting chore. But I finally got my 10mm wrench, so hopefully it'll go smoother this time. So what you got to do, you got to loosen this up. The valve there. Then the oil flows out underneath. Take off the oil filter, put a new one on. You're good to go. It should be an easy job. But everything should be an easy job, and sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. Always remember, when you're changing your oil, you want to fill this new oil filter up about halfway and get a little bit of oil and just lubricate the gasket before you put it on. And when you're putting this thing back on, don't ever over tighten it. And I mean, don't ever over tighten it. You can see right there how dark the oil is I took out of there. It's been about a little over a year since I changed the oil in this lawnmower, and it was high time to get it done. So I'm gonna put it in this container right here and take it to Walmart or something for disposal. But all I have to do now is start up my lawnmower and check for leaks. I look pretty good, no leaks. Now the easy part, just mowing, which is kind of funny, but that is the easy part of this whole process. That's what we're going to do now. Fresh cut now, that's what I'm talking about. It looks good. I love mowing the lawn. It only cost me $80 to do it. Every time I mow the lawn. Gas prices the way they are. But it's done. It's looking pretty good. The biggest question is, little videos like this, they're pretty much pointless if you ask me, but they do one thing, and that's why I make them all the time. Is they give me practice with the camera. It is so important to practice with your camera as much as you possibly can. Even if you're doing something just absolutely pointless and no interest to anybody but you, it's important to practice, because when you're out using your camera in the field, it seems like you can just never get the things fast enough. You can never change the settings fast enough like you want, as smoothly as possible. And the more you use your camera, the more that becomes second nature. Another thing I'll point out is I shot this whole video with a Fuji XS10. And they really did an injustice not being able to set your different video functions on, like the C1, C2, C3, C4. So you can just switch to them real quick. Because oftentimes when I'm doing videos like this, I want to do 24 frames per second, I want 60 frames per second, I want 120 frames per second. And every time I want to switch, it requires a deep dive, or at least a dive into the menus. Maybe not a deep dive, but enough to where it's a pain in the butt. When you're just sitting there using your camera, messing with it, inside or anywhere else, it's really easy to do. But when you have your glasses on, you got sweat running down your face, into your eyes. It's bright sun. You can't see the screen that well. You may be looking at the screen from a different angle, and it may not be flipped right because of the way you have your camera set up. It's kind of a pain to do. Would be absolutely nice to be able to switch from C1 to C2, C3, so on and so forth, and get your different video settings. But the way they have it, you can only set your photo functions in those particular menu settings, and that's kind of a pain, because switching your video functions around is just a big hassle if you ask me. Also, I don't know who decided to come up with, when you touch the screen, it starts recording or snaps a picture or something like that. I hate that function. All day today, my camera's just been recording because I accidentally touched the screen, or I touched the screen to focus, and it just starts recording. It's a huge pain in the butt. Thanks for watching, we'll see you on the next one.